Welcome to New York. Today's video is going to be all about the places we've been in New York, the things we've seen, and the things we've done here with the friends.
Or at least that's what I thought the video was going to be about. A clean checklist of places you have to see in New York. The Empire State Building, Central Park, the Brooklyn Bridge, Times Square, Broadway, the Statue of Liberty, Bryant Park, Grand Central Station, the New York Public Library, the Flatiron Building, Summit One Vanderbilt, Rockefeller Center, Little Island, DUMBO, and yes, this is basically all the places you have to see in New York, and that list will be in the description below. But once I started looking back at the footage, the memories, the moments in between the landmarks, the late night walks, skyline views, early morning coffees, subway crowds, quiet corners, I realized something. Just listing places doesn't do New York justice. This city isn't a bucket list, it's a heartbeat. It doesn't exist in order. It exists in layers. It exists in feelings. New York is loud, fast, romantic, frustrating, nostalgic, electric, and sometimes all at once. So instead of the top 10 things to see, let me take you through the top 10 feelings to feel in New York. Inspiration. New York doesn't whisper dreams. It shouts them from the rooftops. At the top of the Rock, opened since 1933, atop Rockefeller Center, you face the Empire State Building head-on. A symbol of American ambition that stood as the tallest building in the world for nearly 40 years. Behind you, Central Park stretches 843 acres deep into Manhattan, a calm sea of green in a storm of steel. Then you step into the summit of One Vanderbilt, and suddenly the sky isn't above you, it's around you. Mirrors catch your reflection, your wonder, your ambition, and multiplied infinitely. You are not just looking at the city at this point. You are a part of its story. Because in New York, the skyline isn't a limit. You see, it's a challenge. And if you have made it to the top, the only question left is, what will you build next? Euphoria. There is a reason they call it the city that never sleeps. Times Square isn't just a place, it's a phenomenon. By day, it's a blur of yellow cabs and camera flashes. Office workers would speed walk past costume characters and curious tourists, as street vendors shout over the rumble of traffic. It's overwhelming and electric. By night, the whole world seems to lean in. The screens burn brighter, the crowds grow thicker, and suddenly you are in the center of a global heartbeat. It doesn't just light up, it erupts. Fun fact, Times Square was renamed in 1904 after the New York Times moved its headquarters there, transforming what was once known as Longacre Square into the flashing epicenter we know today. And let me tell you something, if Times Square is the jolt, then Broadway is the surge. For the jazz lovers, I would recommend Blue Note Jazz Club in Greenwich Village. Since 1981, legends have played here, and the soul of the city still hums between every note. Nostalgia. New York is a city that just lives rent-free in our memories, doesn't it? And not just because we have been there, but because we have seen it 1,000 times on screen. For example, the Friends apartment building in the West Village still draws fans from all over the world, hoping to stand on that corner, smile for a photo, and feel like they're part of the gang, including myself. Just uptown, the Plaza Hotel beams with old-school grandeur. If you grew up on Home Alone 2, like I did, it's impossible not to imagine Kevin McAllister checking in, credit card in hand, living every 90s kid's dream. Then there is the model boat pond in Central Park, featured in films like Stuart Little and the Thomas Crown Affair. A scene so quiet and cinematic, it feels like the city is whispering its own soundtrack. Walk a little further and you'll hit Grand Central Terminal, whose marble halls have starred in everything from Madagascar to Men in Black. Or look up at the Chrysler Building, the Art Deco jewel that has been featured in so many movies including Armageddon and Spider-Man. In New York, nostalgia isn't just something you feel, it's something you walk through. Frame by frame, scene by scene, the city reminds you of stories you have loved growing up. Restlessness. The rhythm of New York never really slows down. It doesn't walk, guys, it hustles. Midtown rush hour feels like every movie chase scene you have ever seen. However, step into the Grand Central Terminal and for a moment, the chaos pauses. The vaulted ceiling, painted with constellations, is a reminder that even in a city obsessed with movement, there is still room to look up. Over 750,000 people pass through it daily. It's beautiful and it's madness. Then there is the subway. Loud, Winnie, absolutely packed, and somehow still your best option. Over 5 million riders a day further through the tunnels, proving that the city may never sleep, but it sure knows how to move. And even the Flatiron Building, one of my favorite buildings, that iconic wedge of New York elegance, doesn't get to rest. As you can see, it's currently wrapped in scaffolding, getting her face done, prepped and polished for her next big appearance. Because in this city, even the buildings know they've gotta stay ready for the spotlight. Wonder. New York's wonder is layered, built on memory, resilience, and the unstoppable urge to move forward. At the 9/11 Memorial, twin reflecting pools sit in the exact footprints of the fallen towers. Vast, silent voids surrounded by the names of nearly 3,000 souls lost on that day. Each morning, staff place a single white rose besides the names of anyone celebrating a birthday, a small act of remembrance in a city that never forgets. Just a few blocks uptown, the New York Public Library rises like a temple to knowledge, flanked by its stone lions, patience and fortitude, guardians of learning since the Great Depression. Inside, beneath grand chandeliers and oak-paneled reading rooms, you'll find treasures of history, including the original Winnie the Pooh stuffed animals. It's a place where stories live forever and where silence speaks volumes. And then there is the Brooklyn Bridge. Opened in 1883, it was the first steel wire suspension bridge of its kind. A bold leap of engineering that connected Manhattan to Brooklyn and changed the city forever. Walk its wooden planks today and you'll feel that same spirit, the ambition of a city that always dares to go further. The views are breathtaking, but for me, it's the feeling that stays with you, that you're standing on something timeless, built to carry dreams across the water. Indulgence. In this city, food isn't just fuel, it's a full-blown love affair. Pizza here is practically a religion. Thin, foldable slices, just the right amount of grease, and that perfectly charred crust. Thanks, they say, to New York's famously soft water. At John's of Bleecker Street, I savored a classic slice that tasted like a slice of the city soul. Then there is Lazzara's pizza. I would rate it 9.6. Why? Because I'm feeling generous, because I'm in New York, and it's great food, great people, it's great delicious. Italian pizza from Starbucks, which is a wow by itself. Let's give it a try now. That's actually a good pizza. Bagels are a whole other story. Some of the places I would recommend. Latsi Bagel, let's give it a try. Juicy and good. Yes, bagel. Then there is pop-up bagels, which is a different take on bagels because you almost like build your own bagel. And there is Bagel Pop for those of you who like variety of toppings and fillings. But either way, you're gonna be happy with any of those bagel places, I promise you that. When it comes to donuts and sweets, this city delivers both nostalgia and innovation. At Magnolia Bakery, I would recommend going for the banana pudding. That one is amazing and it's definitely worth trying. When it comes to donuts, a few shout outs from my side are Doughnuts, Peter Pan Donut and Pastry Shop, and Moe's Doughs. What are we having?
A very good looking donut.
Look at this perfection of a donut. This is so good. So much sugar. Come. Look at this. There's maybe a coconut and caramel and chocolate. It tastes delicious. So fluffy. Really like it.
And of course, coffee fuels the city's non-stop rhythm. A couple of places I would recommend: Starbucks Reserve, and the second spot is Porto Rico Importing Co. This is a historic gem, and the moment you walk inside, you would know what I'm talking about. And of course, not to forget the other bites that keep the city's heart beating. Some of my favorites are the lobster rolls at Luke's Lobster. These are absolutely fantastic. Then if you want something healthy at a very reasonable price, I would say Sweetgreen is a very good choice. And if you have seen some of my other videos, you would know that I'm a Time Out Market fan. So similarly, go check out the Time Out Market at DUMBO. The choices of food are amazing, and I can promise you, you won't be disappointed. Let down. No city is perfect, and New York is no exception. Take the charging booth, for example. Installed in 1989 as a bold art statement of strength and resilience, it has become an iconic symbol. But today, it often feels overwhelmed by crowds and cheap souvenir stores, really stripping away some of its original magic. Then there's the cost of living. Everywhere you look, prices remind you that this city demands a premium. From sky-high rents to pricey meals and a tipping culture that sometimes feels a bit excessive. New York's charm comes with a steep price tag, remember that. And yes, the streets pulse with energy, but at times, that vibrancy can border on chaos. Overflowing trash bins, honking cars, and that ever-present noise really disrupts the city's glossy image. But here is a twist. From those letdowns, we dive headfirst into chaos. And in New York, chaos is not a flaw. It's part of the city's irresistible charm. It's loud, it's big, it's Times Square. Woo-hoo. Where are we? Fifth Avenue. And then, just when you think the city will swallow you whole, you stumble into a quiet corner, a pause, a breath, serenity. New York has its quiet moments where the city slows down and lets you breathe. Central Park, covering 843 acres in the middle of Manhattan, was designed in the 19th century to give New Yorkers a natural escape, whether at sunset, in the rain, or on a clear day. Its winding paths offer calm and beauty in every season. Bryant Park, located behind the New York Public Library, was transformed from a troubled area in the 1990s into one of the city's most peaceful green spaces. The rain here softens the usual city noise, turning the park into a quiet retreat with fountains and benches that invite you to pause. DUMBO, once an industrial neighborhood under the Manhattan Bridge, is now a popular spot known for its stunning views of the Manhattan skyline and both the Brooklyn and Manhattan bridges. Rain or snow, adds to that atmosphere, making it a peaceful place to reflect amid the city's hustle. See, even when you are alone in those places, you feel connected to the city's rhythm. New York's quieter side is just as much a part of its charm as the chaos. Power. The Empire State Building isn't just a landmark. It's my favorite building in the world.
The Empire State Building. The beauty and the beast. Magnificent.
There is something about its sheer presence. The way it commands the skyline with quiet confidence. It's a symbol of ambition, resilience, and the belief that with enough vision and grit, anything is possible. Standing beneath it, you can almost feel the countless dreams that built this city. The hope, the struggle, the unstoppable drive to rise above and reach higher. For me, this building is so much more than just an architectural marvel. It's inspiration, a reminder that no matter where you come from, the sky is never the limit. So, I'm gonna ask you, as you watch these views, take a moment to feel that power. It's not just in the building itself, it's in every heartbeat of this city, in every step you take here. New York is a city of endless energy and bold dreams. This is New York. Complex, alive, and endlessly inspiring. Thank you for watching, and remember, life's a trip, pack snacks.